Hello, Trickies and Trickers. Well, time for the third episode of Review of the Day with Redemption. And just like with Best of Both Worlds, this is a two-parter, but I'm reviewing it as one episode. So, there you go. So, let's get to this. Captain Jean-Luc Picard is Quebec's chosen arbiter of succession, and the Enterprise D are asked to attend the installation of Gowron as the leader of the Klingon High Council. Gowron informs Picard that the House of Duras will challenge Gowron's position, and may lead to a Klingon civil war. Meanwhile, Worf requests a leave of absence to visit his brother Kurn, who controls a small fleet of birds of prey, and urges him to back Gowron, as, once installed as leader, Gowron can reinstate their family name. Interrupting the ceremony, the Duras sisters prevent their deceased brother's illegitimate son, Toral, who has the lineage to challenge Gowron. Picard is called on to determine Toral's candidacy. Relying on Klingon law, Picard comes to the conclusion that Toral is too inexperienced to be a leader. Gowron returns to his ship to meet with Worf, who offers his brother's fleet support in exchange for the return of his family name to honor. Gowron initially refuses, but they are attacked by two ships loyal to the House of Duras. Worf and the arrival of Kurn's fleet dispatch the attackers. Picard completes his rite and installs Gowron as leader. Gowron restores Worf's family honor. Yay! Gowron and the Enterprise crew learn that the Duras sisters are assembling a fleet to incite a civil war. As the Federation cannot get involved in internal affairs, Worf resigns his commission from Starfleet to assist Gowron and Kurn. As the Enterprise evacuates the area before open conflict begins, Toral and the Duras sisters consider Picard a coward, but the Romulan ally, a woman bearing an uncanny resemblance to late Tasha Yar, emerges from the shadows and warns them that Picard may return. Dun dun dun! Picard is aware that while he cannot get involved in the Klingon Civil War, the Romulans will likely see it as an opportunity to gain an advantage over the Federation, and is put in charge of a fleet of ships to create a blockade between the Klingon and Romulan border. Many of the Enterprise crew are assigned temporary command of severely undermanned ships. Picard initially does not assign Commander Data command of a ship, but after Data questions him about the omission, he gives him the Sutherland. Picard arranges the fleet to form a detection network that should observe any cloaked ships that pass the blockade. Commander Sela, the Romulan resembling Yar, orders the scientists to find a way to disable the network, but also contacts the Enterprise. Sela reveals that she is the daughter of Tasha Yar, who returned to the past on the Enterprise C 24 years earlier. Sela warns that if Starfleet does not break off the blockade in 14 hours, their fleet will be attacked. Meanwhile, Worf is kidnapped by the Duras sisters, who attempt to seduce him to join their cause by marrying B'Etor. Worf declines, stating that honor will be subverted and that the Klingon Empire will quickly fall to Romulan control. Seeing the cause as defeated, Sela orders Worf to be turned over to the Romulan Guard. Picard urges Gowron to attack the Duras forces who are running low on supplies. This will force the Romulans to enter the detection network and be caught by Starfleet. Gowron agrees, knowing that association with the Romulans will ruin the Duras family's support and end the Civil War. The Duras sisters demand the Romulans bring supplies. Sela scientists find they can disrupt the part of the network by sending out an energy burst. Sela initiates the plan, selecting the Sutherland as the target. When the network destabilizes, Picard orders the fleet to retreat and reform the net, but Data observes that he can trace the source of the disruption. He orders the firing of torpedoes at specific coordinates, revealing Romulan ships. The convoy retreats, and the Duras sisters are forced to end the Civil War. Worf breaks free in time to secure Toral, but the Duras sisters escape. Gowron gives Worf the opportunity to kill Toral by right of vengeance, but he declines to do so, sparing his life, and requests Picard that he be reinstated. So let's look at an interesting production note about this episode. While the first part was being filmed, Ronald Reagan was on set during the filming. And yes, I'm talking about then-President Ronald Reagan. Now that is awesome. So overall, I think this is a pretty darn good story, and, well, it's just really good. That's all I can say about it. It's just really good. So overall, I give Redemption 5 warp cores out of 5. Well, join me soon for the penultimate episode of Review of the Day with Darmok. So, until then, Live long and prosper, everybody.